Hi everybody, it's Becca. Happy Friday. How are you? I came on, I wanted to talk to you guys and show you how I make my potato salad. Now, I found a deal on russet potatoes. I got a 5 pound bag. Sorry my eyes are so red. My allergies are kicking my behind. Found a 5 pound bag of russets for $2. So that's the kind I bought, and I peeled them and I diced them and I cooked them from cold water on top of the stove, let them boil hard for 8 minutes. Then I shut them off and I cover them for another 5, 6, 7 minutes, and I drain the water. They are cooling. Now I also took 6 extra large eggs because that's what we found on sale, and I started those in cold water in a pan. I let them boil hard for 5 minutes, and then I shut that off and covered them with a lid, and they were sitting for the last 15 minutes, and now I'm going to peel them. And one of the tricks I have for peeling eggs, let me turn you guys down, is that if you run a small stream water, let me try and bring this so you can see. If you just get a small little stream of water going, it's easier to get the shell off. So I tap it on the counter on top of a paper towel, and I just push it under there. Sorry, I don't push it. I just put it under the cold running water, and the shell so easily just peels instantly right off just from that little crack. And I don't run into, crazy. I do this for deviled eggs too, so I get a nice smooth egg. But I do that, and I lay it on the paper towel, and I go to the next. Put it under water, sorry. Under that cool, just gentle stream of running water. It's coming off in big chunks. That's one half, the other half. Here's the egg. This is just a trick that actually somebody I watch on YouTube named Jan Crescent showed, and I tried it and it worked. I used to think the eggs had to just be in cold water a long time, but they don't. These are coming off great. So no complaints. I appreciated that tip, and I've been doing it since. So that's what I do with the eggs now, and I'm going to show you quickly just what I do with them to go into the potato salad. I am going to take there's 6 eggs here. I'm going to take 4 of these, and I am going to slice them up into the bag I already have going, and I'll show you and tell you what I put in there. And then I'm going to take the other 2 and I'm going to mash them in the bowl like I would for an egg salad. But I'm going to add that to the bag of stuff I have so that it helps to thicken up that mixture, as well as act as kind of like a binder with the salad stuff for the potato salad and the potatoes. And I also drain my potatoes. I don't add salt to the water. I drain my potatoes and I don't rinse them. I want the starch on them to help this all bind together. So here's my 6 eggs. I'm just going to dry them off. Oh, that one had a shell. Just going to dry them off. And I'm going to put 2, probably the smallest of the 6, into a bowl. Now here's a bag. This is a gallon-sized Ziploc, and this is what I do. I fold down the edges, and in this bag, I set it down in front of my cutting board when I'm making potato or mac salad, and I flatten it, and then I take, like, I used a half of a large onion. I set my box grater in there, and I grated a half an onion in there to give me grated onion and the juice. I used a half a cup of real mayonnaise, not Miracle Whip. I used 2 tablespoons of sweet relish and 2 tablespoons of dill relish. I put freshly ground sea salt in there. I put a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. I put 2 teaspoons full of Worcestershire sauce. I put a ½ teaspoonful of adobo seasoning. It has garlic powder and onion powder and paprika in it and black pepper. I put a tablespoon and a half of dried parsley flakes because I didn't have fresh. I put a teaspoonful of onion powder. I put 2 teaspoonfuls of dried thyme. And I put a lot of fresh cracked black pepper. And I put a teaspoon and a half of sugar. And I put a teaspoon of Coleman's dried mustard into this bag, along with 2 stalks of celery that I washed and then cut in half the lengthways and sliced thin. Now what I'm going to do is take a fork and I'm going to mash these hard-boiled eggs, these 2, like I would for egg salad. And I'm going to actually add those to that bag. So I'm not being neat about it by any means, but I'm mashing the yolk and I'm mashing up the whites. And